12 days ago, morgte der regent. Nope. Guess. Not bad if I draw a bounce land soon. In the meanwhile, villain. Force of negation. Hi, who are you? I'm your favorite streamer. They actually did Force of negation me. Holy shit. Force of negation into Ragavan. Let's go. 3 spells used reactively only. Because there is actually difference in this game about one and the other. I don't think I can win anymore if my opponent's hand is even half decent. They discarded a spell snare. Oh, Summoner's Pact is not a card I wanted to draw, at least, so... glad that they took it away from me. If I were to explore, or maybe Amulet, into Resolve Ring. But now they have preordained twice, their hand is just 3 perfects, so... nothing to do. Scry 2 top. Why am I even playing? Holy fuck, I have 15 cards to board against Merktide right now. It's a bit extreme, isn't it? Assuming we won the Spelunking, but we're gonna try it out. Boarding out a Grazen versus Ragavan. I indeed did that, yeah. Fire Spout, I can try to destroy Ragavan. And block it sometimes. We land, we can trim. Nope, we just registered 65. It's not clear to me. We have the surveillance, like, and is actually great. And with Amulet on top, I'm okay having kept it. Kinda. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. I'll play Relic. If it gets Spell Pierce, I'll play Amulet. If not, then I don't know. I don't really play Consider anymore. We take a look at Villain's last list. You can see that there is no Consider. I mean, like, they don't necessarily have to have it. They did crack a bubble. They might just not have a Spell Pierce too. So, like, they shocked because it's a matchup where shocking is no, like, doesn't cost you, and they drew a new card, so obviously you shock. And the value of my Amulet falls down. And like, I get to play the ring next turn if I don't get Spell Pierce, because that means they didn't have the Spell Pierce. It's kind of high upside, I think. And if they do have Spell Pierce, then like I get it out of the way and I play ring on 4. Annul! Holy shit, well then, I guess glad to receive it on my Amulet and not on the ring, but holy fuck, Annul? That was not on my radar, I guess. The Rock 988 is annulling people. Ja pierdzielę. Jaki dzikus. Can't really beat Ragavan. Triad gets annulled. Yeah, it's not too bad. For sure. Q Da Vinci. Oh, wish you had Grazer now, idiots. Thank you for your input. I appreciate that. It's very valuable when you help me out like that, chat. Took my fire spout. Alright. The onion ring check. Get pierced or found or shot on my pants and die. O, uwielbiam kurwa Medjola pierdolonego, nie? To jest gówno te darmowe spele. Da się zesrać. Nice and pleasant. Quick battle. Force of negation. I love it, chat. I love when Force of Negation gets used against proactive cards and stops them from being reactive, and then reactive cards can dominate while not being proactive. So good for the game, for the sanity, and for the mentality of everyone included. It's just good design. It's just good stuff. Play spell, you know. Tap out, force, win. Simple. It's like, that's good. That's how Magic games should happen. That said, right before the stream I have entered a little bit of a brewing frenzy. So I'll show you my idea. Now, of course, this deck has no right being playable in any capacity, but it's neat. You have the Affinity card, Springleaf Drum, the new Simulacrum Synthesizer to spam the board with constructs, and Tooth of Chisgoria and Scale of Chisgoria, 3 Affinity cards with Flash, which means that even if your opponent destroys the Simulacrum, immediately you get to trigger it by casting those in response and making constructs. Paradoxical outcome to pick them up. More card draw to keep it together. And another 0 drop card. Metalwork Colossus with just 4 Tooth or Scales of Cheese of Gigoria to get to enable Metalwork Colossus to be Gaga big. So you could go turn 1 this, right? Then turn 2 you go this, this, and this. And your opponent plays a dress down and you have nothing, but I mean, you have a 10-10. What does the blue creature do? Pot monitor, draws 2 cards. Podcast, draws 2 cards. Simulacrum Synthesizer, when ETBs cry 2, when another artifact with mana value 3 or greater ETBs create a Karn construct. Lava Spur Boots. Sure, why not? League, we have much time after getting so quickly demolished, so for sure. Is that better than Grand Architect? Well, this is the payoff, like it makes a construct, that's the point. Otherwise it wouldn't work. Kali land. Don't want to flood anyways, right? Have 9 blue. Kinda low. Too bad, I guess. I mean, the outcome draws cards, but this makes it so that when you draw cards, you flood the board. Alright, we need 2 more sideboard cards. Any suggestions? Chaos Totem, sounds good. Flash is nice, but is it worth over Satoru plus Smoke Samber and Frogs? Satoru is probably actually unplayable in this deck. I know my Hararuya list had it, but it was to promote the new card. It was a little bit of a ruse. And casting the blue cards is gonna be hard enough in this list. Grave Hate? Sure. Grave Hate actually sounds good. Let's not have the Force of Negations because we can't. Well, let's not have the Curse Totem. Like, an issue with the deck is that we're gonna be weak to stuff. Not too bad. Like, Satoru plus Moxhammer sounds giga unreliable. Because Moxhammer, you know. The interesting thing is that the 7-drop affinity creatures are kind of hard to kickstart. While the 3 mana Chisgoria things are pretty easy to kickstart. How much for that? Co kurwa? Oi, brothers. Issue is I can't rent those cards out from mana traders just yet.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Alright, I'll sell them after the league. The name of this deck is a pretty funny one actually, and I guess it's gonna be lost on non-polls, but it's really funny. The pun is that it's called paradoxical outcome is abbreviated as PO. And pozzo, or like similar, is what you would say in Polish to indicate that like it would mean what for. And so this is like PO, but it's also why am I wasting my time on this? The same time. So it's kind of a joke title for a deck. Not having enough blue sources in the deck will be an issue. Probably. Do I run drums? Of course I do. I also run Tangle Pool Bridges. Holy shit, Scourge the Skyclaves. It's gonna get good soon, chat. Soon, real soon. We have one island in the deck, so it's gonna be hard to draw that one island. Because I have five land white sources. Blue sources. Which probably points us to the need to include more bridges over treasure vaults. Perhaps that would be a more successful strategy. You probably don't even need as many artifact lands. The affinity cards are not that expensive. So we should have 4 botanical sanctums maybe, or something like that. Okay, now we have Tanglepool Brigade. Okay. No worries. Make your choice. Ether Spellbomb, alright. No respect for Simulacrum Synthesizer, or maybe the second pick is gonna be it. I have to assume it's gonna be the case over my 0 drops. No! Take Shadow Spear, holy fuck. What a bro. Fair. Don't worry, chat. We've got the boots. Well, it doesn't even know what's gonna happen to them. That said, that means it's a Bowmaster in play, which means I'm kind of fucked. Because I can't win anymore. Because all my deck does, if it gets to function, is to draw cards, which Bowmaster is going to turn against me. Why aren't you playing Neoform? In this deck or in general? Good question, Ari. Inti, Seneschal of the Sun. Fair. Fair, I say, but it's not fair. Let's try again. I think what I did a mistake was keeping my first hand against this red-black villain. We actually could stand a chance with the first one, or rather mulliganing my first hand. Alright, let's keep this. This hand makes sense. Mirex. Okay, seems like we have found a worthy opponent. Turn 2, Fault Monitor. Let's go. How much is this? 1 mana. How tempting. Almost. Argbound Ravager. No problem. No big deal. Zabaz. No problem. No big deal. Holy fucking shit, I'm scared. This will prompt them to act. Seems like a bad idea to shoot the unit up there. Like a really bad one. Just wasted a counter, alright. Alright, best I can do is those 2 Metalwork Colossus. I hope it's gonna amount to something. Likely PO is not good. Forge the Anchor over Paw. What is Forge the Anchor? So like draw 5-ish here. I don't have 4 mana. Are you shooting face? Really? Reality Heist? No, blue can't cast. Can't even cast a single blue spell. Sounds cool though. This dude mess up. Perhaps. I don't understand the like play too much. Blocking with an Inkmoth seems much better. But if opponent wants to play their way, they can. Alright, and our deck claims the first victory. It's got Lava Spore Boots. And let's add Haywire Mites over Memnites to make my deck a tiny bit grinder. The big creature, it's Metal War Colossus. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of all non-creature artifacts you control. In general, it's a banger. I'll keep this because I'll draw an Ornithopter and turn on my hand. Holy shit, Okina Temple of Grandfathers. I have not seen that card in a while. Do cast a turn 1 podcast. It can hit my drum. Oh, my Citadel, sure, buddy, that's fine. Two sagas, that's just too much, man. Echoing Deeps. Villain is putting just too much resistance, chat. Simply too much. I say as I'm gonna die next turn to this Ravager. Goes for. Alright, not quite free yet, but close to. Finally, a real deck. Yeah. Sacrifices an enchantment. Okay. An LD strategy, I see. I think attacking is bad for me. I should hit scales immediately. Oh no, more scales. PO actually costs mana and this. Yeah, PO is probably not the greatest angle. Scale of Chisgoria though. Saturo is unplayable here. Probably uncastable. I mean, it's gonna draw 6, yeah, but like I'm not gonna do anything else on this turn. That's, I think, a bit of an issue. It's also a draw 7. 8. I could have bounced an extra drum. Canister wins the match. We got there. We won a match with PO, Affinity, Colossus, Metalwork Colossus. PO. Okay, we don't really have time to join because we would be double queuing, so you have to wait for my challenge match for the next Affinity match to happen. But yeah, PO just costing mana, like it does make a lot of constructs if you have Synthesizer in play. But it seems hard to reach 4 mana. I think Synthesizer should be like the top end card. Probably cut PO at 2 lands and 2 spells would be better. Maybe cut 2 PO for 2 lands, maybe that would be better. So let's play some Botanical Sanctums to have some untapped mana. Cut 2 Treasure Bolts. Mox Opal unban. Mox Opal safe unban yet, not Sarcasm. Holy shit, this deck with Mox Opal would actually be not shitty. And probably would be better. There would be better ways to use Mox Opal, but this would look pretty good, I think. You watch Fallout yet? I have zero interest in the Fallout franchise. I never played a single game, so I hadn't thought of watching it. What's the point of Treasure Land? It's an artifact land. What a colorless one. I mean, this deck looks way less neat when you don't show the Colossus. Maybe Scene of the Crime is better than Treasure Vault. I probably would just play another bridge then. We just added 4 blue sources, so should be a big help with regards to casting that. Any spice for Vintage Challenge in an hour? There is a Vintage Challenge in an hour. I have not been following Vintage too much. They made it so that it is... There is a Vintage Challenge in an hour. Holy guacamole. Yeah, if I were to play Vintage right now, I would play Jewel. Bazaar. Too bad, I think. They bullied Bazaar into the ground. It's too weak. It's not competitive, really. Amulet Titan. The best modern deck. Playing a mirror in the O1 bracket. Curious how it is sometimes. What happened to Bazaar in Vintage? Urza Saga, Lorien revealed, making it so that every deck plays Wasteland. Just weak. I don't have a cyborg guide for the white version Titan, but just bring Elesh against Goraios and Mirror, and that's it. And Yasharn is only against Yawgmoth and Tron. A non-dredge Bazaar deck is super weak to Bowmasters, and even weaker to Wasteland, which everyone has access to, so just get wasted and you die. Nothing to be done. Stern 4, Yasharn for Scapeshift 2. Do not bring Yasharn against Scapeshift, it doesn't work, actually. If I keep this, put back Colossus, I summon a Titan on turn 4 if I draw a bounce land. Point kept 7. I probably would rather move to 5. This is better. Could keep Second Pact. It's sometimes useful, but That said, back to White Amulet, there is seemingly too little Gorios for me to happily play Elish. Gorios dropped off hard, got replaced by Scam, so I think Fire Spout is just better now. Play, of course, is always just kind of guessing what you actually will end up facing, but Elish is being a 5-mana card just so often. It's like on the verge of being an absolute win more. Why not keep the Vesuva to potentially copy bounce land from the villain? I probably should have done that. I assume that I can just mop. But it might be preferable to. O kurwa, 3 amulety? Says a person with 3 amulety. But yeah, probably I didn't need a second saga, so keeping Vesuva in hand may have been preferable. And his last card in hand is a haste land, then is actually correct not to concede. Sure. I think it probably actually like is still unwinnable. Because even if this was a haste land, I probably get a line like this one fetches. I could have 2 Bossages at least. So I guess you can try to win through 2 Bossages, but you won't. I think I have 2 Bossages main deck only, so. Dwanaście, 13. Now, for the mirror, I will board in a Boseiju who endures. And it is a good question if Spelunking is better than the One Ring. Because I thought so at first, but I'm not so sure now. Let's... Sometimes you can have your Spelunking interfere with your multi-amulet lines, so it's kind of rare that on the draw you can like rely on Boseiju, but also it's rare that you can rely on the One Ring, so it's probably better. There are some ring games in the mirror, but it's pretty rare, pretty specific. It's possible that even Escape is better than the One Ring too, but probably not. My hand stinks. I will mulligan it. My hand stinks pretty significantly less. I keep. Boseiju, Saga. I think I'll keep the forest. Oh no, turn 1 Amulet of Vigor. That's overwhelming. Hamur Battlements. Interesting draw. JK, it's actually just really bad. I'll pass with Boseiju here instead of exploring. Attempting to hit the Bonsland. Because otherwise I'll die. I hope that's understandable. Holy guacamole, they are playing it West first. Not. Why'd you play the Grazer? I do not understand. Cycle Explore. Nice. I mean, explore increases the consistency of the deck. That's why I play 4, because it does stuff like this. And Cruel Tour of T-West line. Holy shit, I forgot how to do it. We have the Dryad, so like we can haste a Titan anyways. But let me find the line. I have Bob 49. Something fun I just noticed. The Hanweir Mirror Pool Classic combo still works if you have Hanweir in your hand. You can grab Turf T-West off the second Titan, float transmute, pack and cast Grazer to get 2 Hanweir activations. So you can do that for the Lulz. We still need to put Dread into play because we actually need to kill them. So actually I'll do different stuff. Ashe plus here and Ashe. We do have 23 and they have 23. So I guess I don't need to Dryad. I guess we play a Dryad for free. Never thought of that line. Me neither, I just read it from a different user. Read about it from a different user. Neat way of getting the battlements. Holy shit. True. Let's respond with a smiley emoji. Could have also cultivated if Dryad was a grazer, I think. I mean, but it wasn't, right? Like, so the Dryad wasn't needed here to get the battlements and get the deal 23 damage, so... If you play Titan with double Amulet, with exact mana, and you have Hanweir in hands and your opponent doesn't interact, you still combo. That's just like the crux. You tap out fully, you have this in hand, you find T-West, Cruel Turf, Transmute, Grazer, and you have exactly red in your mana pool to haste both Titans, then you attack and you deal total of 23 max with Kessig Wolfrand. Which is nice. It's nice that there is like a built-in workaround for the worst case. I have 14 and I pump for this much, it's good. Oh yeah, Amulet tier 0 deck. Lose round 1 to Murktide. No chance to ever win, beat Mirror. Go back to my league where I summon innumerable amounts of constructs. I think so far we did 0. I think so far we created 0 of those, so I guess saying that we are going back to that is a little bit disingenuous, but have I tried Lair of the Hydra? I think I played Lair at one point, but ages ago. I don't think it's very good. It's kind of useful in the situation where you like Titan for a threat, but in the situations where getting Lair would be good, your like all the replacements are gonna be pretty good too, or maybe even better, likely better. Be it TOS, Valakut, Saga, even Surviland. So you have so many options for those. So I have to keep. I can't mulligan this. We have a blue source, so that's too much to get rid of. Holy shit, I'm so mad at Bowmasters existing and ruining my deck even before it started. It's 2 mana, 2 mana. Too bad we don't have any 0 drops, but... Holy shit, this deck with Mox Opal would be so nice. Like, you would lose to Stony Silence Collector Roof really badly anyways. And then if Mox Opal would exist, people would play that, but... Just the Goldfish would be so nice. Legacy. Vintage. I think Scale of Chiskoria might be a little bit rough in Vintage. Let's deploy the Synthesizer. No co tam kurwa zagrywasz, frajerze? Bo majstrów szykujesz na stówę, żeby mi zastrzelić mojego biednego Memnajcika? Czaję, nienawistny. Nienawistna istota. Dobra. I mean, you have 20 life points, so you can draw some cards, right? Holy fuck, the next turn. The next turn, chat. Next hacking turn. It's gonna see me take a lot of Bowmaster damage to the face, but afterwards. Fluffy Voidwalker. Sure, buddy. It's the best you can do. Kurva, this is unblockable. That's rough. I guess I can't go too low. Yo. Oh! I play Scale of Chisgoria. I create an infinitely sized construct. Next, I summon a Thought Monitor for just a single mana. Creating an even additional construct. Take 2 more. That's it? That's it, I guess. Okay. And that's gonna do. Imagine PO. I have it right here, ready to use it to lose to Bowmasters next turn. They printed an artifact that kills Bowmasters. Like Legion Extruder, ETB, deal 2 damage to any target. I mean, that does not quite seem modern playable. Pyrite Spellbomb. That makes sense, sort of. Portable Hall. Portable Hall, that's neat. Holy shit. Portable Hall actually Giga based, maybe. Dobra. Forward opponent not attacking with their big construct. Worry little bitch. That's awesome. So I can't quite PO. I don't think so. Oh, Flash of Cheese Gorilla. Guess I'll just attack with a construct. Have to block. Come on, no block, no block, no block, no block, no block, no block. It's gonna be really fun if they don't block. How can Canister make 3 extra damages? Oh, of course, with Tooth of Chisgoria, brother. Holy fuck. Tooth of Chisgoria for lethal, let's go. Even overkill by 1. For good measure. I mean, they are pretty big, the constructs. Of course, I am hoping that my opponent will not play anything resembling engineered explosives or Hiretsugu consumes nuts. Don't have anything against that, so I guess I'll just submit. Keep the POs, maybe they won't drop Bowmasters. Why does Tooth of Chisgoria have Flash? Your guess as good as mine. Probably to enable this deck 15 years into the future. I mean, it's a combat trick, so kind of makes sense. Not 20 years? I guess it's 20 to 21, right? Mirrored in 2001. This is the sword set? I don't know which one was that. I'd be so upset if I were opponent. Why? Ah, he's gonna discard Metalwork Colossus. It does nothing. It took Tooth of Chisgoria. No surprise. If I was them, I would be scared of it too. Can't have 6, we can flash Tooth of Chisgoria in a minute. Stand, so as we're not casting it right now. Could have hit with Memnite for 2. Memnite would get shot dead. Holy fuck. 6, 7, 8. So those cost 3 mana. 2 Bone Masters in play. Do I really want to draw those? Would Brass Knuckles offer some cool synergy? Brass Knuckles is not strong enough in the format. Where's Frogmite? I prefer 2 Fufch's Goriab to bounce back with PO. Like, let's assume you play your Synthesizer and your opponent would like to respond with a, let's say, removal spell. Boseiju, Leyline Binding. Getting to flash and make a construct or two seems valuable. Holy shit. Well, I'll block then. Wait, I could have 2 of this. Then I could use it. Weird. This is how much? 3. This is 6, 7, 8, 11. So constructs, so Colossus is gonna be free. So we threaten to kill them, they pop, and then we play 2 Metal War Colossus. Okay, that's fine too. They've drawn first, so they can kill all your stuff without having killed their own army. That's why I drawn first. Oh yeah, fair. We get a hasty Colossus now. Nice sweeper, brother. Oh, it's... I guess it's not shy of lethal, it's actually lethal. They have to block because I have to... I understand, I could have had a trigger token, yeah. Which actually would mean that I just killed them, so... Pretty grievous mistake. I mean, that looked promising. Kinda, like the PO angle is probably to scrap entirely, but portable halls seem okay. Cut PO at P-hole and Frogmine. Oh yeah, cut 1 card at 2 cards. Typical advice. I think Frogmite is like a bit too blank and portable hole seems actually playable. Metal Worker is pretty based. No needle in the 75. You can play needle whatever. I did not think much of the sideboard, I will tell you. What's the name of the Affinity Sphinx from Modern Horizons 2? This is like for Liberator, Urza Battlethopter. Sure. I don't know what it does. Yeah, Aethersworn Sphinx. This one is Giga based. What about Weir? Weir for... Kya kurva Weir? Bros, have you seen like our struggle to get the first mana? Weir of fucking invention, brothers. Come on. Yeah. The blue drum is making colorless only, so... I used to play Metalwork deck with Goblin Engineer, Scale Tooth, Saga, Sanctum of Eugene. So Colossus gets another. You search Hammer of Purphoros with Engineer and Grave Digget. Hammer of Purphoros is haste for everyone, right? Blood Fountain is extra speed. It's actually not, like, we don't have expensive affinity cards. Doesn't really do anything. Because, like, we just need to reduce this by a bit. We probably could play, like, 2 Hallowed Fountains instead of the Treasure Vaults. And would be better off doing that. Am I gaming in the Vintage Challenge? I am only gaming in the Modern Challenge. Not gonna double queue. All the world is Purphoros' Anvil. Creatures you control have haste. Nice. Sanctum of Eugen. O kurwa, Sanctum of Ugin. For the Colossus. Works well with Monitor. In which direction? Have those as threats. No, I can't use the mites because I don't have the colored mana for them. Yeah. on ban Opal. Just when you started to read my comment, it went on a 4 commercial break, laughing emoji. Excuse me, rolling on the floor, laughing. Keep in mind that subscribers of the channel get the fully ad-view experience. Ad-free view. Get the fully ad-free viewing experience. Glimmer Void, holy guacamole. Some reanimate effect maybe. What are you looking for? Yeah, reanimate, resuscitate, that would be like a good effect. Twist and shout. Sodek, kurwa, Ingenious Smith to jest takie gówno, nie będę tym grać. Przeczytałem, tylko zignorowałem. To nie jest tak, że nie widziałem twojego komentarza. Twist and shout. I'm gonna twist and shout. I twist and shout. And I twist, shout. Twist, shout. Twist and shout. Shout. LCI has some cool artifacts. Maybe some of them will fit into your deck. Perhaps, why not? If they have so many interesting artifacts, my artifacts themed deck will assuredly be interested in some of those, right? Crypting Code, it's got nice synergies with big dudes. Great suggestion. And you replay it over and over, therefore flooding the board with the Simulacrum Synthesizer. Over and over. Holy guacamole. Is Frogger's too bad in the deck? It is an option. I put Froggers in my deck, then I try to find space for Scales of Chisgoria, and Scales of Chisgoria won out over Froggers eventually. Chisgoria, yeah, exactly. This hand casts a ring on turn 3, therefore I will keep. Last in deck 4 days ago, hardened scales, please. If there is God, let that be true. Oof. For a moment, a brief moment. Holy shit, maybe it's the... This is not scales. We have limited time now. Villain is on the joke. Alright. Mem Knight. Sojourner's Companion.
He's a phenomenal control player.
I'd better draw Amulet now. But if I do, I'll win. If I don't, I guess I'll die. There's a chance I'm supposed to boss edge and then ring a turn later, and that actually buys me more time. If their deck is built like mine and all it can do is put power onto the battlefield. Holy shit, Da Vinci. No respect for Chisgoria whatsoever. Pashes Bay, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate your support. It's Giga based. Oh, cholipka. Can draw a ring or Amulet. Oh, cholipka. Opponent wasn't slouching around. They summoned the... They did summon, yeah. So I think waiting on the last turn and maybe surging a big construct and then playing the ring was a better strat. So I'd see an extra card that way, which would not be an Amulet, so... Holy guacamole. Let's call it Castle Guarantee in this matchup. I think it's gonna be a race. This is a bounce land away from being great. Don't we spout Don't we fire spout to get rid of smaller shitters? Well, the big ones are the threatening ones, so getting rid of the small ones seems not very productive. I was gonna go might. Dumping sphere. Guess I play the ring. I'll probably keep this in play because it's easier for me to draw a bounce land than to draw a ramp spell. Holy shit, Simulacrum Synthesizer. Synthesizer, the sound of the future. They have 5 artifacts. Cast a Frogmite, create a construct. Now they have 7 artifacts, I can cast everything for free. Cztery, 5, 6. I'll have 8 mana, which is exactly not enough to pay for Metallic Rebuke. But that's fine. Could play Castle and tap out, play Titan. But I would rather have Boseiju up if needed to use it. You have 2 cards in hand. Spot against Dumping Sphere to kill one, but might be good in general. Against Rebuke. It might be really good against Rebuke, actually. Pick your poison. Let's get a Grazer to play around Metallic Rebuke. I have 6/9 mana. I am so happy. Means I will not be able to kill my opponent this turn, but I'll have a blocker, Sedge, and Otawara available to interact, so that should be okay. They will just have Otawara. That would be devastating. I can play around the Otawara too if you want me to. Probably should. There's no chance they play Otawara though. So let's actually not. My Affinity opponent today played Otawara. No, 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 no. Don't even like... Don't even start chat with those blatant imaginary lies. Ooh, we're paying costs. Oh, this one. Aye, aye, aye. So the play around this one was to just get any two lands. And I guess just get it Otawara, bounce land, and bounce the construct and pass. No, no, assuming we wanted to play around Metallic Rebuke too, which I wanted to do. And now I won't have the ability to pay for the pact. Which means that my Affinity opponent bested me. Alright. Solid. Impressive. Neat. Nice. Cool. Discard Moonsnare prototype. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on top or bottom of their library. Alright. Sure, buddy. I will. I concealed because I played a pact, which put me dead to my pact. Because I would have 2 mana. This land would need to bounce itself. Alright, well, let's finish the league. Bowmaster answer. That is true. Well, it's actually not. Like, it's certainly on the lower end of cards that you can use to answer Bowmasters ever. More like Bowmaster question mark. Well put. Well, as I said, the play around my opponent's cards was simple. Not get Mirror Pool. If I get Otawara bounce land, I get Otawara, I bounce their construct. I will set you up. They can hit my Titan, whatever. I'll pay for the pact, survive till I replay the Titan, win. Likely. In a momentary lapse of judgment, I forgot about the existence of the channel mode on Moonstone prototype and let that happen to myself. Well, given the existence of 4 Moonstone prototypes in their deck, it was assuredly correct because it was a likely card in their hand. Now, what I do wonder about is if we could play this deck without all the Memnite stuff, and then reducing scale of Chesgoria seems pretty easy, down to 0 with Artifact Lands and Synthesizer. So you could actually play a higher amount of real cards. Do they actually play 4? Well, if they play it, it's likely that they play 4. How many they play? In actuality, it is impossible for me to know. What are the specifics of the list? I can't know. Holy shit. I mean, to be fair, my opponent did nothing, but... they're actually just dead. Holy fuck. It would seem like pretty good. Maybe you could play like more of them. Because constructs are much more valuable if when they have haste. And it would be a non-creature way to like an artifact for Colossus. Because this is like only good in opening hand to help this, like play this earlier because it's a free mana card. It's interesting. Have free subtleties. I can cut free POs for being a bit bad and have free subtleties, I guess. I mean, the prototype is almost impossible to cast on turn 1. It's really rough. So I think I thought that through. I thought about the cards I could play. It's pretty rough. Lightning Greaves would be better than for the second copy, right? Because it will scale better with Colossus and Shroud. Maybe? Well, like, being cheap is good. You could have less artifact lands, that is true. But then you need Ornithopter again. That's possible Vigor. Or just fetch. I mean, if you play real lands, Fall Saga, no Citadel even. Thank you for the raid, Yellow Hat. Here I'm pretty dead, but we'll see how exactly. Or they can draw... Wait, what? You sacrificed it? Why? Old Fossil Vigor. Probably. Just dodge Blood Artist. Well, Blood Artist dodged. Alright, we have died without performing any actions. Solid. No, I don't think so. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, we have the broken cards. If I keep this and manage to do what? Like this? Thank you, Bamzing. I appreciate your compliment. O kurwa. Ha. Fucking owned. Inch by inch. And Bowmasters too. I don't feel so good, Mr. Chat. Alright, I give up. We showed them game 1, but we have failed to show in the subsequent ones, but we have the last match to flex a little bit too. We got 2 wins. That's solid. It's probably what I expected. It's probably over what I expected. Alright. I'll keep because this turns into a drum on turn 3, which then my opponent will see. I'll show them. Swamp? Poof, no fotsies. Good, good. Couple coffers turn 2. Holy shit. Villain about to learn that this does not produce mana by itself. You're trying again. Oh? Bugged? Let me try again. Bugged? Question mark? He tapped it again. Urborg. Synthesizer, the sound of the future. Their deck plays Karn, which probably is an issue for my deck. Good riddance, Ornithopter. I'll miss you. Nice fail push. Holy guacamole, that's 3 mana already. Profane tutor. Buddy, I'm sorry, but you dead. Unbeatable. True. Holy shit, PO so good. 4 Scales of Chisgoria. Don't we hold in case of damnation? I think my opponent being at minus 29 is good enough to play around damnation. Just me though. Do we have outs against free ball? Perhaps? Free ball. Springleaf Drum, my most searched card. Is the artifact deck broken? No. Bros. You're questioning if it's playable, but the card looks somewhat nice. Primana Scry 2. Yeah, literally that's what it did. No other text. They should just print a meltdown in MH3. Bro, I'm gonna have a meltdown if you keep this up. They will attack, right? Holy fuck, they did attack. We free tooth. Holy shit. If I cut Mem Knights, I play Frogmite over Mem Knight. Is doable. Because you can use Frogmite for a Springleaf Drum, kind of. And Mem Knight was kind of lame. Like those being those having flash, kind of good. Is there like a different way to bounce them to my hand instead of... perhaps... that? Crystal Shard Hurkies, holy fuck, chat. Didn't I say good? Maybe you can skip Ornithopter too, and then have Prototype. I think you should play more than 8 Springleaf Dream creatures. Springleaf Drum creatures. Paradoxical outcome. We had it in the league, I cut it. We'll hit the Springleaf Drums, Frogmites, all over the constructs. Well, I'll probably need Ornithopter. You need to play Companion and Mirror Enforcer. See, I think the secret is that like you probably don't want to, because getting to 7 is actually kind of impossible, but getting to 3 and 4 Affinity is very possible. So those you actually cast for free and you make the synthesizer constructs and it's good, and you also do that in response to removal on this. That just seems, this seems like a very strong synergy to me. And like the Enforcer, you're gonna cast Synthesizer and you can't cast your Enforcer. It still like costs 2 mana or whatnot. Well, this is not 11, this is different. But the Colossus is also probably like a cat. I mean, if you cut this and like add Ornithopters, and deck is probably too weak. But like right now I have 8 drums and no drummable creature, which is an issue. Spring Drum was super good and I wouldn't want to cut it. If you cut Colossus Add Ornithopter, then like the only threat that this deck has is Synthesizer, and like if your opponent casts Thoughtseize and takes it, then you'll lose, feels like. Maybe you'll like draw deep enough to find them. I play this in the sideboard and play the Ornithopters because I have to. Could we run one Shadow Spear main? You have my permission. It's also here. And the other idea was more haste to make those better. Somebody mentioned the 0 mana equip, give haste, shroud, Greaves. Still need to fix mana. We have 13 sources for prototype. Wink, wink, kinda 13. It's a bit sketchy. Well, we won't have 14 sources for it turn 1, that's just not achievable. So this is an expectation that I just can't have. Well, maybe you can. Really all in on drawing this. Seems hard to balance because like it's a 3 mana card, so you can't wait to just play it. You want to ramp into it to play it on turn 2. But then to play it on turn 2, it's kind of an enormous task to play a lot of shitty cards. Put Urza in. Alright, Urza goes to the sideboard. Let's go. Alright, Amulet round coming. I 1-2 in the challenge, so guess I'm playing it for the lulz. Average challenge record. Murktide Regent. Last seen 2 days ago playing Murktide. Can't beat Murktide. I'm single queuing. It's Gorayo. Punished for, I guess, not playing my Amulet a little bit. Maybe. Where is our Elish Norn? I have 2 relics, it's fine. Wait, Falaji grab? Of course, nothing. Stupid question. Draws 2 cards, concedes the game. It's only fair. Bounceland praying emoji. I could have just mapped for it. I went spelunking against them. Let's say I went spelunking. Kurwa, mi to biurko lata ostatnio. Jak tam se przestawiłem. Says no graveyard hate, no saga, no nothing. No reason to keep, I guess. This seems better. Guess I'll put back a chamber. Mythical's Archive. Put Grizzlebrand into graveyard? Nope, Hedge Maze. What a nerd. Not really interested in Otawara, I think. We're gonna get a draw and extra surveil, so Saga, that's much better. Play it. Get fossil negation, that's okay. Nice. Can cast Escape next turn. Fateful Mending, discard Grizzlebrand, draw 10,000. Force of Vigor you. Pitching Atraxa. Well, Grizzlebrand in the graveyard. Block. Taps black, plays Falaji instead. Grabs good Ios, okay. And endings my Amulet, that's sad news. Maybe better to Surveil fast. Villain will reanimate. O, chuj mi to tutaj. With Villain will Grizzlebrand, so guess I'll just die. It's not even Atraxa, but full on Grizzlebrand, which is gonna be a bit rough. Villain has like their deck in their hand, so I'll scoop. Castle Pass. Saga. Villain loots. Make construct. Villain gets Grizzlebrand and ephemerates. Okay. Bad draw. Krashko, fortunately, I'm no Hall of Famer, and thanks to that, I can scrub in peace. I discard Grizzlebrand. Nope, no Grizzlebrand discarded. That's good. You would vote for Canister in Hall of Fame? Holy shit, that's nice, thanks. But only if he unbans KCI? Sure, no problem. You would vote, I did vote, we are not the same. What? What did you vote for exactly? When? Nice draws. Palacio. Gets Gorayo, no monster. Oh. Ending. Assume Ephemerate. On Falatio. Will we see a monster flipped? Gorayo's Vengeance again. Okay. Will we see a monster flipped now? Or with the Faithful Mending, I guess. Ephemerate, well, another chance to flip a monster. Choose Ephemerate with Pelagy Archaeologist's ability. I have a Bojuka book, but what does it do? Fortunately, like, villain can have Solitude, Salty. You know they have double Gorayo in hand, so... Let's see if they have those interactive spells on top of that. Mending. I cast Faithful Mending. I am done pretending. Holy shit, 2 Grizzlebrands. Start reanimate Grizzlebrand and draw 7. That's a bit weird. He's looking for Salty. Or Solitude. It's not weird, I guess. Let's get Crumbling Vestige and Hanweir. Get zapped. Pass. This exiles. And villain has 10 cards now. So they can go Riot on their Grizzlebrand, gain 7. Ephemerate, maybe. Ah, joke's on you. Alright. It's the end of the stream, brothers. Thank you for participating. Is Gorios well positioned in the meta right now? I don't know. People stopped playing it as much. Scam started showing up again. So there is way less Goria right now than it used to be. We look at past 7 days. It's down here, it used to be like in the first and second spot for like a few weeks. Which I guess since there is less of it, like it's both less and more better positioned. Stay hydrated and I'll see you during the next stream. Take care.